Jalen Ramsey has been one of the best corners in the league ever since he was drafted, and that includes his rookie year. Rookie corners are notoriously horrible in the NFL. It's one of the hardest situations to go into. When you're being asked to be your team's top corner as a rookie, you have to go up against some of the best in the league at the wide receiver position and shut them down. But Ramsey was a phenomenal rookie corner, and that has continued throughout his career. So far, Ramsey has made 5 Pro Bowls and 3 first-team All-Pros, along with winning the Super Bowl this past year. But despite all the success, he has struggled at times, just like all star players do. In this video, I'm going to be going over some of the worst games in Jalen Ramsey's career. This was seriously one of the hardest videos for me to make. When I said earlier that Ramsey is one of the best corners in the league, I really mean that. I was surprised I was even able to find 5 bad games he has played in. One game I am excluding is the Super Bowl. While the yards he allowed are inflated due to the missed face mask call on T. Higgins, he played solid. He gave up 1 long catch, but aside from that, it was a fairly normal game for Ramsey. But I do feel like the Super Bowl and this number 5 spot could be interchangeable. But I'm going with this game at number 5 mainly because Ramsey was the reason why his team lost the game, and that was in week 15 of the 2016 season. This was the second of what would end up becoming an awesome rivalry between Ramsey and DeAndre Hopkins. Ramsey actually had a couple of really nice plays in this game. There was one where he went way up to deny Hopkins of a touchdown in the end zone, but Ramsey was allowing a lot of short yardage catches to D-Hop, which start to add up after a while. Now, I did feel a little uncomfortable putting this game on the list since this was Ramsey's rookie year, but A, Ramsey was really good as a rookie, and B, this next play really lost the game for the Jaguars. With just over 3 minutes to go in the game, and the Jags up by 6, Jacksonville's defense was looking to stop Houston on a 3rd and 7 and force 4th down. Savage tried hitting Hopkins, but the pass was broken up by Ramsey. However, there was a pass interference call on Ramsey on the play. That gave the Texans the 1st down and allowed them to score the game-winning touchdown a couple of plays later. Now, in Ramsey's defense, Jacksonville did get a couple more opportunities to win the game after that play, but they had to leave the duty of winning the game to Blake Bortles, which he epically failed at. But had Ramsey not committed this PI call, then Bortles would have never been in that high-pressure situation, and Jacksonville probably wins that game. Number 4 is going to be week 1 of the 2018 season. This was a real primetime matchup between 2 players, Jalen Ramsey and Odell Beckham Jr. Something that made this matchup so good was the fact that these 2 players had so much respect for each other. Going into the game, Odell described Ramsey as if he isn't corner 1A, then he is corner 1B. Ramsey was also hyping up this matchup a lot, describing it as Batman vs. Joker, while also saying that OBJ had a lot to prove. This was Beckham's first game back after breaking his ankle in 2017, and what a better way to come back than to go up against the best corner in the league, who is going to be trash talking to your face the entire time. In the game, Beckham absolutely dominated the matchup, having 11 catches for 111 yards. 5 of those catches and 58 of those yards were against the best corner in the league, along with a pass interference call that added another 21 yards, bringing the total up to 79. Not too shabby for coming back from a major injury. Ramsey allowed only 1 other catch in the game, and it ended up going for 27 yards. So it's safe to say that OBJ and the Giants got the better of Ramsey in this one. Something that makes Ramsey so good is not only his talent, being lean, lanky, and super athletic, but also his trash-talking abilities. He is incredible at getting into the mind of his opponent and is one of the best in the league at doing so, right next to Marcus Peters and CJ Gardner-Johnson. But the trash-talking didn't really work this time with Odell Beckham. Number 3 is going to be another Ramsey-Hopkins matchup, this time the last week of 2018. Ramsey has by far proven himself as the best corner in the league at this point, and everyone knows that Hopkins is the best receiver in the league. Plus, D-Hop actually has a legit QB throwing to him this time and not Delco legend Tom Savage. But holy shit, did DeAndre Hopkins make Jalen Ramsey look like burnt toast in this game. Ramsey had a pretty nice pass breakup to begin things, but after that, it was all D-Hop. Ramsey was constantly getting burnt downfield, along with having Hopkins making a ton of tough catches on him. There was even a play where Ramsey just didn't even try and guard Hopkins in man coverage, leaving him to gain a boatload of yards. When it was all said and done, Ramsey gave up 8 catches, which is tied for the most in his career, along with 122 yards, the second most allowed by him since 2018. The only positive thing Ramsey could walk out of that game saying is that he didn't allow Hopkins to get into the end zone, but that's really where the positives end. The second worst game in Ramsey's career is going to be week 1 against the Cowboys. Ramsey got absolutely destroyed in this game by both Amari Cooper and Michael Gallup. Now, in Ramsey's defense, this was the first game of the COVID year without the preseason, so this was really his first real action he saw since the previous season ended, but it's the same scenario for the Cowboys receivers, so it cancels out. But the Cowboys duo of receivers was too much for Ramsey to handle. Cooper caught all but one of his targets against Ramsey, going for 7 catches total and 56 yards. Now, Gallup only ended up having 1 catch against Ramsey, but there was another instance where the two went against each other, and it actually ended up winning the game for the Rams, but not in a traditional way. With less than 30 seconds left, Gallup torched Ramsey and was able to get Dallas inside the red zone, but the refs ended up calling a pass interference penalty on Gallup, which negated the play. Now, I'm sure that Cowboys fans aren't going to agree with the call, and Rams fans are, but in my opinion, this should have been a catch. They were both fiddling with each other, and this was honestly a ticky-tacky foul to be called, but I am going to consider this Ramsey losing that matchup. That play should have set the Cowboys up to at least tie the game, and if not, win it. And I know that play technically won the game for the Rams, but Ramsey got torched on that play, and it's kind of just a BS situation, so you really can't convince me that Ramsey won that matchup in that game. And the worst game of Jalen Ramsey's career was him in the divisional round against the Buccaneers this past postseason. This game started awfully for Tampa's offense. That means Ramsey was playing great. But then slowly but surely, Ramsey started to allow these short gains, which do add up after a while. But the cherry on top was the game-tying touchdown Tom Brady threw over Jalen Ramsey to Mike Evans. Now, the good news for Ramsey is that he wasn't the victim of Brady's last career touchdown pass, but the bad news is that play almost lost the game for the Rams. Luckily for him, LA did end up coming back to win it. But by the time everything was over, Ramsey allowed a whopping 7 catches for 109 yards and a touchdown. Now, I have this one ranked higher than the others since this game was more important than the other games that were on the list due to it being in the playoffs. You have got to expect your best players to shine bright on the biggest stage, which Ramsey did not do that night. So that's it for today's video. Make sure to hit the like button and the subscribe button. Goes a long way towards supporting me and this channel, and I appreciate every single one of you guys. Also, make sure to check out all my other social media links listed down in the description below. I have an Instagram, a TikTok, and a Twitter. So thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a fantastic day.